And then this is my handwriting.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What does that say?
Happy. Of course it does. I had gone back to my career, my job after being on maternity leave, and because my experience of going back into the workforce had been not ideal, not what I really wanted to do, I was very clear this time that it was going to look different, and I wanted it to look different, and so I was very open to the possibility of creating something, and I didn't even know what that was. I remember I read a book called The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. I purchased a URL, The Happy Collective, and I had no idea where this was even headed. I used essential oils growing up. My mum had lavender for everything. So I knew that essential oils worked. They were a part of my early experiences as a child, but that was really it. So I got online, I looked up doTERRA, and this gorgeous woman in Canada popped up who also had 2 daughters like me. And when I did a bit of Facebook stalking, we had 5 friends in common, people who I loved and respected. So I thought, you know what, I've never met this person before, but I think we've got some common language and I'd love to talk to her about doTERRA. And so I reached out to her through an email, and my very first email to her was, I'm very interested in a doTERRA business. Can you give me some guidance on which kit to go with? I want to buy my mum a house. I was ready to create something where I could be at home with my girls and to have not a career, not a purpose or motherhood, but to be able to very powerfully choose both.
That's awesome. And one of my first jobs was working in fruit and veggie markets back when I was a kid in high school, and so I'm pretty picky.
Tristan, in this whole journey.
Has he been 100% supportive?
How is he?
No. He just was really skeptical about doTERRA, the oils. He is a science psychology-based person, and so he did a lot of heavy research into the oils, and very much did a very, very passionate job of trying to dismantle all of my claims that I was making about the oils in the business, and unsuccessfully managed to do that.
I know it sounds strange, but Clary Calm was the first thing that I used where I was like, this is actually helping me in some way, and it became a bit of a ritual. So that was just when I went back into private practice. I was feeling a bit anxious about going back and working in private practice, and I was like, okay, I'll just roll that on and see what happens, and it helped. Something about that Clary Sage just helped me, I think. And then I started using the supplements, and I was like, wow, like I've taken heaps of different supplements in my life, and never have I noticed an effect from anything that I've taken. And that was the moment where I was like, these things actually have an effect.
We always talk about how I had the vision and he didn't necessarily feel that, but when the vision started to actually come into fruition and we started to see some really significant shifts in terms of income, in terms of spaciousness in our lives and time. The first time I hit Diamond, he was able to drop 1 day at work, which meant that I had a work day, like 1 work day in the week, which was a game changer for me. I had Fridays to actually do work. And just slowly, we had these significant small shifts. And he, through that process, understood this is legitimate, there's really good people, there's a really big vision for what's happening here.
It's had a massive effect on me. It's had a massive effect on our family in terms of creating balance.
He'll say it's my business, but he did, I think, a really important job in this whole process too. You know, he spent so much time with my girls and our girls. When we were traveling, he stepped in so many times to be the epic father who'd take them on bus rides to the beach in Mexico while I did a day of work. And he cooks for us almost every night of the week.
I genuinely don't know what it's going to be when I start, usually.
And so there are really important roles that he played, and this is 100% a family business. The words behind me are our wedding song, so Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and I got them done recently at the end of last year after a really big, beautiful business season of growth for our business. And the words for our wedding song actually really corresponded with the growth and the vision that we're able to bring together for our family business and our team. So it's beautiful.
What makes you happy?
The small stuff. The in-between moments, connections, my most important people in my life, which is my husband and my daughters, coffee, being in nature and adventuring. I love reading, I love listening to podcasts, I love being in the process of learning and evolving and developing. And then a big component of that is connecting with my team. And they teach me way more than I feel like I ever teach them, and that ability to show up and support and guide and mentor and connect is a big part of that, the happiness in the business, and why I'll continue to do it forever.